Hello everyone, and welcome to another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube. In this video we're looking at some of the scam clothing and footwear adverts that appear on Facebook. A friend recently ordered some slippers from one of these cheap adverts on Facebook. Sadly he never received anything, but he did manage to get a refund on PayPal. But that made me decide it was time to have a look at some of these adverts. Who are they? What are they trying to sell? And will you receive anything? This advert on Facebook for a rather gorgeous looking velvet tunic caught my eye because it's exactly the sort of thing that I would wear myself. If I order from them, will I get the tunic shown in this photograph? Let's do some research. First of all, I went to the MinkPad Facebook page. Scrolling down to page transparency tells me that the page was created 2 weeks ago on the 26th of October. It's currently the 12th of November. So then I clicked on the link to their website, minkpad.com. And it's an enticing looking website. Let's see what they tell us about themselves. So I've scrolled down to the bottom. Now let's have a look at their contact details. There's nothing here apart from an email address. Let's see what they say in their About page. MinkPad is your one-stop online shop for today's most classic and trendy clothes. So that really doesn't tell me very much about who MinkPad really are, and as I said, there are very few contact details apart from an email address. Okay, let's dig a bit further. I'm going to do a who is search on the domain name and see when it was registered. Here we are, we can see that the domain was registered on the 10th of October, about a month ago. Now I'm going to do a reverse image search on Google to see if I can find that photo of the tunic. So we're going to go to images.google.com and you'll see that there's a facility for uploading an image. I've already saved that image that we found on Facebook, so I'm going to upload it here. Now if I scroll down to the bottom of the results, you'll see that there's a few sites using the same image. This one, like the one we were looking at, claims it's on sale. But let's have a look at this one, sundancecatalog.com. Now I would suggest that this is the original tunic and that the photograph that's been used on Facebook has been stolen from here. Look at the price, $178. Seems a more realistic price to me for a high quality velvet tunic. Once I've finished making this video, I will contact Sundance to tell them that their photograph is being used on Facebook. Now let's take a look at Hot Gravity shoes. It probably won't surprise you that when I scrolled down to page transparency, it showed that their page was created on the 16th of October, a little under 4 weeks ago. Their rather meaningless About Us page tells me that they love every passion and interest on earth because it is a reference to your uniqueness. And to spread exactly that is our core vision. I found several websites that seem to have the same About Us page, all meaningless, and none of it telling you anything about them as a company. So what will you receive if you order from one of these cheap adverts on Facebook? And if my friend's experience is anything to go by, the answer is nothing. But if you go onto YouTube, I think you'll find there are quite a few videos there where people have posted rather funny experiences of how what they've purchased compares with what was actually shown in the photographs. So this is my checklist for protecting yourself when purchasing from what looks like a cheap advert on Facebook. 1. Always go to that company's Facebook page, have a look and see when the Facebook page was set up. If it was set up only recently, chances are they're not a legitimate page. 2. Go to their website, scroll down to the bottom and look at their contact details. If they only have an email address, again, chances are they're not a legitimate company. Most legitimate companies will have a telephone number, a shop address. Some of them have several shops and they give you their locations. Do a who is search on the domain name and see when the domain name was registered. Again, most legitimate companies will have been in business for a while. So I've put together a few compilations here for you so that you can see how I try to determine the difference between a legitimate company advertising on Facebook and one of the cheap knockoff companies. This first example has had a Facebook page since 2010 and has very comprehensive contact details on their website. This second example couldn't be more different. Take a look at the contact details on their website. They claim to have a UK address, but actually, if you look carefully at the address on the website, that isn't text, that's an image. So they claim to have a UK address, but the phone number quoted is not a UK phone number. And if you enter the address that they've given into Google, it comes up as rented office space. It's not a shop. So this is a company that I personally would avoid. So keep your wits about you when you're purchasing from an advert on Facebook. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit the like button underneath. Please share it with your friends. And please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you again in another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.